All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So today we're going to be looking at a device from Oukitel. This is the W19 Pro. Now, I don't think I got the regular 19, but this is the WP19 Pro. And it's a 6.7-inch display, Full HD Plus, Android 13, octa-core processor, 12 gigs of RAM, up to 24 with the virtual. Then we have 256 gigs of storage, 64 megapixel shooter, 22,000 milliamp hour battery inside, and a 16 megapixel shooter on the front. So let's go ahead and give you a complete run through of this device and show you what it looks like. I like reviewing these rugged style devices because I found that there's a much bigger market for devices like this than you would possibly believe. So you've got the SIM ejection tool here. That's it. And you got some literature and things like that. Nobody reads these big books. Sometimes, though, I found myself having to actually go to the book to find something out. So that's something that you should take note of as well. Definitely get your materials in order to save them. So you've got C to C. You got, yeah, there you go. And you got this. I have an adapter, but since it's not official device for the US plug, they didn't send me. I'll go ahead and use one of my own. So let's just get all this put aside here. And here's the device. Now on the front here, it actually went over everything that I pretty much read on the back of the box. Android 13, NFC. Okay, I didn't know that. Obviously, this is going to have a fingerprint reader, and it's going to be in the button right there, power button. And then you have the IP68, IP69K. Obviously, with this being a rugged style device, it's going to be very sturdy. You got that CPU there, it's octa-core. I believe that's the G99, but let's go ahead and peel this off if I can get it off without destroying. Lately, I've been taking off the screen protectors too. All right, did that one good. All right. I'm just giving you a once over on the device. This probably looks pretty similar as far as the way the button layout goes. It is a stock Android device. So you got metal around the sides here, which is just, these phones are built fairly well. Let's take this off. These phones are built actually pretty good, man. It has a texture around here. Oh, look at how they have the back of the camera module. That's pretty dope. It looks like it's like the motherboard showing there. It's pretty nice. Really nice. You got the triple LED setup there, triple camera setup, some little branding in the back here. Then you got that same metal body. Again, if you're thinking about phones, this probably looks familiar overall. I'll show you what I'm talking about. But then you have metal around here. You got the access, the quick access button, and then you got your cover here. Wow, that is the SIM tray and the SD card slot. That thing is down in there. Let's see here if it's let's see what this is. Nope, you got to pull it out. So you'll need a little fingernail or something to get in there, or something to get that out with. That is deep in there, man. Oh, it looks like there's a pin right there, so you push it out. Okay, yeah, so there's a pin for it, so use the SIM tray tool for that to get that out. My apologies. You got your volume rocker. This all looks like metal buttons here. Type C on the bottom. Obviously, everything is going to be covered here. And you have that audio jack. All right. And you got this big metal lanyard spot here. You got pretty much bumper protection all over the place, man. So this is a heavy phone. That's just what it is. You're gonna have to, if you're buying this, you're going to make sure that you know what you're getting into. So let me go ahead and sign into the network. I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and skipped through and just got into the device. So this is what you're going to be faced with when you first power this on. After you get through, if you sign in, you sign in. I didn't sign in yet. I want to see what was on here first, just to kind of figure out, if there's a lot of bloatware or anything. And it looks like right now there's no bloatware. Pretty much, this is a stock Android device. So I'm going to go ahead and swipe down real quick. You can see the bar here. I want to turn on dark mode. Go ahead and do that. Let's turn the ringer off. Underwater camera there. Obviously, you have that option. NFC, pretty good. Screen record. With this being nearby share, with this being stock Android, you really get a lot. So this is how it comes to you right out of the box. So let's long press and see if we can get some home screen settings here to see what it offers us. Not much on the home screen offering. So let's go into settings here. And let's go to display. And we'll turn on dark theme. Definitely looks better for video recording purposes. Yeah. All right, so settings menu is a stock Android setup here. There's nothing fancy about this at all. This is just going to be a stock Android setup, which is something that you would a minimalistic software. It gives you more storage. Hoping that's going to go into storage here. Look at how much the system is taking, only 8.7 out of your 256 gigs. And then the apps, 6.7. That's pretty much it. I don't have anything installed on here yet, but I will. But this battery should charge fairly fast. Let's turn off that. Yeah, we'll leave that on. But overall, stock Android setup, software is nice and simple. You got your apps, connectivity, Bluetooth and everything. You got your network. This will work on 4G LTE in the United States. So you got your sound. Let's test this speaker out. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? Woo! That is a loud bottom firing speaker. Very, very loud. Whoa. Yeah, that's a loud speaker, folks. I don't think you have a problem hearing your phone on here. That's going to be crazy loud. So again, in the display settings here, you scroll all the way down to the bottom. A lot of times you can see where you can change this. It comes default to 60 hertz. The other one that I have, most of the other ones that come in, they have 120 hertz. They always default to 90. This is a 120 hertz display though. I mean, so you're getting a lot of phone actually with this. And it's crazy that these rugged phones now are coming with 120 hertz. That is just crazy. So you got your memory expansion. You can give it up to another 12 gigs virtually. Yeah. So that's just crazy, man. I'm really curious to see how these phones, and here you go, the WP19 Pro. The WP19 is already out. I've never checked that one out, but the Pro version here looks to be, when I looked it up, it's about the same, just a little bit better, bigger battery and stuff like that. But let's get into the camera app here. Let me get my rag here. This front camera is 16 megapixel and the main shooter on the back is a 64 megapixel. So the camera app is probably going to be a very basic camera app. That's what they give in these devices. So let's go into settings here. Yeah, you can go here, 16 megapixel right there. Let's see, get your watermark. And you'll have to go over to 64 in order to get the actual 64 megapixel shot, which is obviously that's good. You have I like that it just has a separate option for 64. Then you got your infrared right there, which is your 20 megapixel night shot. Then you got your HDR, you got your beauty, you got a micro, and then your extra. And then here you have pro, night, and long exposure. Which is nice. You get over here, you got portrait shot, and it has strength on here. You can adjust the strength of it. So you can set it to 4, 3, all the way up to 8. Then you got your video. Now let's see what the video can do. Can it do 4K? It can do 2K. And I found that a lot of these devices are doing 2K now. They don't do 4K. I don't know if it's a limitation of the processor, but most of them do 4K or 2K, which actually in reality is more than enough. I mean, that's not something that's that deep. Let's grab something here and let's take a 64 megapixel shot real quick. Let's get the focus here. There we go. A little bit of time to process, but still pretty good, pretty decent shot, man. Yeah, got lots of detail in there. So yeah, I'll follow up with video and everything as well. This is actually a pretty nice camera. I'm surprised at some of these cameras now. They're getting better at their quality. Like when I really zoom in on that, that's actually really good, man. So I'm pretty happy with the quality of that 64. It's even really deep down. You can really get down in there. But yeah, this is a pretty good camera on here, man. I'm not surprised, I guess. Throw a launcher on here if you don't want the display with the 4x4. I hate this 4 across. I won't say hate is a strong word. I really dislike the 4 across. I just don't like it. So in order to change that out, you're gonna have to put a launcher on it or something like that. Now display size, I wonder if I can change the display size to get it down to see if we can get 5 across. Now that doesn't do anything, it just makes them smaller. So nonetheless, it is there is an option to put a launcher on it, and then you'll be able to get a much better 5 across and 5x6 or 5x5. But this is a very hefty device, 22,000 milliamp hour battery inside. I'm gonna be sure to charge this up. And now let me check the fingerprint reader. I didn't set up the fingerprint reader. Let's see how it works. Let's go to security and we'll just put in our generic code here. Face and finger. So it has face and finger. There we go. All right, and then we'll do finger. See how this goes. See how good it is. I mean, I really like that these rugged style phones are coming with stock Android now, and you know, ultimately, you're getting a giant battery with a phone. I have lotion on, folks, in this. Sometimes with some sensors, this is what it's like. And this probably isn't like the strongest sensor fingerprint reader, but once this is set up, I gotta tell you, it's probably gonna be set. You know, it'll probably work very well. All right, there we go. Let's check it out. Let's see how it goes. Really good. Just rest your finger on it and it's good. So that's actually pretty good. Actually, let me tell a different finger. Yeah, it doesn't work with the other finger. Well, that is pretty solid, so that's good. So anyway, folks, this is the WP19 Pro. This is a pretty good looking device. Now they are going to send over their watch as well to work with this device, so we'll check that out. But I want to show you one last thing. I want to check it out myself, actually. I want to get into the flashlight and just see how bright it is. It's not too bright. Oh, I would think it would be over here, but it's not using the actual LEDs. It's just using that one, so I don't know why it does that. But I don't see a toolbox or anything on this one, because you know what I'm comparing it to. Probably the Tank 3, the Tank lineup is one of the, you can see how big it is next to the Tank. This has a 22,300 and this has a 22,000. So, you know, these devices get very big, and they're kind of coming along the same lines, but the Tank obviously has that big camping light on there and a toolbox. But ultimately, these are very similar. So you got your fingerprint reader here, got your volume rocker here and SIM tray on this side. Then you switch it over. Then you got your SIM tray and TFT over here. Then you got these customizable buttons and the volume over here. But they run along that same line of that metal build. Like if you look at the bottom here, you got that big giant metal lanyard spot, and the same thing is here. And you got the big speaker on the bottom too. So, you know, these are running neck and neck, man. And obviously you have this on the top. You don't have it over here, but yeah, this is a good attempt by Oukitel. This is really nice. Fingerprint reader is very accurate. Cameras are really strong. And I can appreciate what they're doing here. So it's your man Jay, a bit of a detailed walkthrough for this WP19 Pro. I'll leave a link to it down in the description once it's available. It's your man Jay. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.